Welcome back guys to another exciting session on REST API. Today we are going to discuss about how we can work with JSON response using GET method, POST method to update the information, and finally how to test it with POSTMAN. But before going further, please do subscribe the channel. Here on the screen, you can see we are having one GET method with place route, where we are printing a string like hello world from India. Let us now change this to have JSON implementation. To start with, let us declare one constant array which will have multiple values. So our places array now having 4 records under it with ID and name. Now here you can see that I am commenting out the old implementation and going for new implementation. Part of the new implementation, I will be writing the code to return that array as JSON format. For that I am writing response.json type and then passing that array. That's it. Now let's run the server and see what is coming on the browser. See, now the entire array is coming as JSON format on the browser, so our code is working. This is the simplest way to create one REST API which will return JSON object. But what about POST? And how to use this? For that, just copy paste that GET method that we have written earlier. We'll modify the code such a way that through this method we can add the values inside that array and we can use this. So here you can see on this copied method that we have written earlier, app.get, I have just changed the GET method to POST attribute. Now, let me add some code blocks inside this one. See here what I am doing. First, I have created one constant variable named place where ID I have mentioned the array name dot length plus 1. That means it will get auto increment whenever the code control will come over here. And for name, I have mentioned request.body.name. That means in the request object body, we are expecting some parameter as name, and that value will get assigned to this name keywords. Now, as you know that places is the name for our array, we are using that push method to add that newly added value over there. And ultimately, we are returning back that array as response.json object. So our post method is done. So now time for us to test it in proper way. We'll get to know how to test one REST API using POSTMAN. Happy learning. This is the official site for the POSTMAN. Here you can get what actually it does. Go ahead and create your POSTMAN account. It's free to use. Once you'll successfully log in, you will get into this workspace where you can play around with the REST APIs. So here you can see, you can create the new HTTP request. And this is the interface from where you can invoke. So here are the different request type that you can set: get, post, put, whatever you can, and then it will be your requested URL. And then click on this body, change the things to raw and change the type to JSON. This is all about the initial configuration to get and invoke something on the REST API with JSON format. Let's now go for the get method for our root route, which is localhost and the port number. So once we are invoking this, we are getting this hello world method. Now let's check what we are getting for the place get method. We are seeing here that we are getting the response as JSON object, the entire array. The 4 values that we have created inside that array, that is getting printed over here. Now change it to post. And if you remember, for post, we need to provide some input value that is for the name, because ID, as we have coded earlier, that it will be auto incremental. So only the name we need to provide. Let's do that now. So this is the name attribute where we are setting the new values. Like new place, something like that, just to indicate that it is getting added to the array or not. Now if you'll send this request, you can get that newly added value is getting added inside the old array. How cool this is. So our post method is working. It's super exciting and super cool. This is all for today. Please stay connected for another exciting session which will be coming soon. Thanks for your time and patience. Hope you have enjoyed this session too.